Recording. Good. So what I want to say is that today is a very crucial information today. That we start doing something that is lacking in all regimens against brain tumors. That's oxygenation of the cells. People think, and that's a fallacy, we talked about this yesterday, that oxygen therapy oxygenate the cells. It does not oxygenate the cells. It kills cancer, just like radiation and chemotherapy does. Okay, mostly. And I talked yesterday with this guy, with Suresh Ratan, and I asked him the question that you guys asked me, what very bright question. And what he told me, he said, Misha, what you are asking me is that we are going to work the next 10 years in science. We don't know the answer. But I told him the way of my thinking, and he said, basically what you're saying is right. We have to be very, very, we have to understand that we need not to use hormetins very too often. We have to make pauses between them, different hormetins. And then he said also that some of the pathways, how oxygen, this high pressure oxygen therapy works, they are actually the same as hormetins from food, like curcumin, like turmeric, and sounds crazy, but they actually they share some of the pathways. So I cannot say, I would say it's good for us at least to start diminishing the effect of this, not too much hormetic effect. So 45 minutes every second day from now on would be great. Okay?
Yes.
And then we can make it every third day. Okay? What is crucial for us is to start doing some breathing retraining steps, and that's why this day today is very crucial. We start doing something that lacks in all the attempts to reverse the IPG. All of them. Okay?
Yep.
Some people do Buteyko for glioblastoma, but I never heard, and they are on my, Sandra, and I don't know about Andrei, and Sandra, you've been at my webinar, and you heard about at least one guy from Iceland. He said he's also with glioblastoma. He now survived 3 years. And he's doing Buteyko also.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if you heard, but he attended my last 2 webinars. So this guy is connected and say, Misha, I didn't know that it happened, so he said that it's great that we are putting it in a system. So we're connecting all the things together. That's what he also is doing. But in DIPG, nobody, as long as I know, nobody has tried to do this before. So that's why I wanted really you to pay attention to this video today, because we're starting with working with breathing technique. And I'm very happy, Sandra, that you wrote those 5 questions there again, because they are going totally nailing it totally. How do we work with trampoline? Okay, you understand with we do 45 minutes every second day from now on with the bariatric high oxygen, okay? High pressure oxygen. Andrei, right?
Yeah.
Good. We close this one. And afterwards, we will look at the control pause. That's what I wanted to say. And when the control pause goes up, we can see the difference that is go up. Then we stop oxygen therapy. I mean, high pressure oxygen. We stop it.
Okay.
When we see that her CP, control pulse, is going up, 2 weeks, something like that, we do maybe for 1 week every third day, and then we stop high pressure oxygen. Okay? Because what we really need, that's our savior. I can tell you guys, if we can get her control pulse to go up, we won the first stage. The first stage is to stop the tumor. Tumor cannot proliferate if control pulse goes up. I have never seen any case of cancer in general or brain tumor that is proliferating while the CP is going up. It never happened.
That's good.
Never happened before. And it will not happen with DIPG. DIPG is not different than the other tumors this way. Okay? It's the astrocytes, it's glial cells, it's astrocytes, oligodendrites, it's the same cells. They share the same environment, they just placed in another place in the brain. They are not different. And they are, some of them, yes, they are stem cells, like in glioblastoma. And it makes it harder to work. But stem cells are also the cells that can work right or work wrong. And we are making change in the environment for all of those cells together. DIPG is not different. It's only different because they don't have conventional medicine doesn't have these tools that we have. Okay, only that is a different, and it's inoperable. I also work with a woman right now, 74 years old, with glioblastoma that is inoperable because it lies in the forebrain, and it's impossible to make a surgery because she will die from the surgery. It's glioblastoma. It's also inoperable. And she's working with me one-to-one right now here because she's in Denmark. She lives 30 kilometers from me. So she's coming twice a week at my place. I train her with her husband together. Okay? Good. Another thing I want to say to you, if you find any kind of, funding or something, you can also come here and train with me for 1 or 2 weeks. Because that's what I have. I have something called Stay and Learn with Misha. People coming here from different places in the world. Actually, I had one woman from Vancouver last year with breast cancer. She came here and stayed with me and trained with me for 2 weeks. And this year I had one from Luxembourg with a depression. She came, she had young woman, 28 years old, with chronic depression. She wanted me to train her. No, doesn't matter. So it's also a possibility if we can train together. But look, now let's go into the last questions about the trampoline. First, I had a problem with my net today, and I wanted to post some things about the trampoline and about the elliptical, but my connection went down, so I can only update it in some hours on this page that you received today. Okay? Good. How often does she need to jump on the trampoline every day? Look, what is crucial for us now is to ensure that it will be a joy for her. Try not to push her. Okay?
Yeah.
It's very crucial for us now to make a foundation for her so it feels like a play. Okay? If it's going to feel like a play, what we are doing, all of those things, we will ensure that the process will start and it will go better and better, better and better. So don't push her right now. Try to play, try to let her enjoy. So basically, she can jump as much as she wants. It's not how often she jumps. Well, it's also very crucial that she does it often, but let's take it easy. what is crucial now, how she jumps. So, question number 2. She need to jump fast or slow? Does she breathe normally when she's jumping? Fantastic question, Sandra. Look, it depends on the trampoline. Do you have a trampoline already?
No.
No. Good. That's why I want to tell you. That's why I will, just a second. I will show you my trampoline because I teach on this trampoline.
Oh.
That's my dog.
No.
Teddy, come here.
Oh.
That's Teddy. He's very sweet. He's 7 years old. Look, this trampoline is called urban rebounding.
Okay.
Basically, I want you to buy this trampoline.
Okay.
This is a very high quality trampoline, and it's the cheapest of the professional trampolines.
Okay.
Okay. Urban rebounding. It's about 1 meter in diameter. Okay. And what is crucial with this trampoline, that it is very, very soft. Okay? So, it's very soft trampoline. It doesn't push normal trampolines. When you buy a cheap trampoline, it's hard. It doesn't have a good suspension. Okay? So that's what I want you to have, a trampoline with good suspension.
Can you explain why I forgot why she has to jump on the trampoline?
Okay, why she has to jump on the trampoline? Because you see, when we're jumping on the trampoline, again, very good question. She needs to jump on the trampoline. It's one of the, I used it on many people, and I learned it also for some people from US that used it to recover from cancer. What happens when she jumps on the trampoline? First, it's great for a child. It's a kind of it's funny. It's not like an exercise. It's fun. She just have to learn how. And what happens when she jumps off the trampoline? Andre, you hear me, right?
Yeah.
Good. Like, guys, look what happens. It's some education that will come later in the course. Right now, I'm trying to do very, very practical things, and you'll understand deeper why. But I will try to explain it short. What happens is we have a lymphatic system, lymph system. You heard about that, right?
Yeah.
Good. That's in our body. And then we have blood-brain barrier. And what people thought before, like for 10 years ago, for 15 years ago, that we don't have lymph in our brain. We have something called CSF or ECF, extracellular fluid. And we have something called cerebrospinal fluid, something else actually that is also in the pons, very close to the pons. And has it's crucial for DIPG in the brainstem. And okay, so what's happening? People thought before that those fluids do not connect with lymphatic flow in the body. Latest research during the last 5 years found out that we have something called glymph in the brain with G. Lymph with G, it's called glymph. And glymph and lymph in the body, glymph in the brain and lymph in the body are connected with vessels directly. Shortcutting blood-brain barrier, BBB. So when we are pumping the lymph in our body, and we do that by jumping on the trampoline, right? It connects to the glymph flow. And the glymph flow takes why do we have lymph? That's a part of our immune system. It's also part of a detoxification system, taking the toxins out of our body, pumping it out. Okay, so when the two systems connect, it creates actually a pumping function that takes out the toxins and creates good flow in the brain. So basically, that's a very simple explanation, but that's what is happening. This research was made actually in University of Copenhagen by some cancer researchers, cancer scientists, for 4 years ago. And it's very, very interesting. I'm going to tell you more about this. But it's a very crucial tool for us. Good. Okay. Do you understand now why?
Yeah.
Good. Now, she needs to jump fast or slow. It depends very much on the trampoline. Again, buy this urban rebounder trampoline, and she will just find her weight, and she will find a good pace. Okay? Let her find the pace. Don't tell her how to do it. Let her find it. Okay? It also depends whether or not she has any kind of pain where she does. She has to do it. She has to find a good pace. Okay? Now, about breathing. Does she breathe normally when she's jumping? Look, here we need to understand how to breathe normally. So a prerequisite for her breathing while he's jumping is always closed mouth. That's an absolute prerequisite. So it's like with running. When I'm training athletes, I'm saying, okay, look, we are starting. You have to find your pace when you can run with closed mouth. It doesn't matter for me whether or not you're running 2 kilometers an hour, 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers an hour, on 10 kilometers an hour. It doesn't matter. What matters, you need to learn the technique. The right technique is running always with closed mouth. So it's totally the same. That's the first thing she has to think about. Just tell her. Enjoy this. But let's try, for example, then Sandra come and try to jump on the trampoline, and you say to Micah, now you have to look at me. If I open the mouth, you have to tell me. Sometimes I just forget it, So you start jumping, and then all of a sudden you say, oh, isn't it great? And you open the mouth. And you are jumping with open mouth, with a big smile. Okay? So waiting for her to react.
Okay.
And she's reacting, say, ho, 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 Micah, come on, close your mouth. Ferme la bouche. Okay? So that's the thing. Okay? That's how we need to approach it. Good answer?
Yeah.
Good. Number 3, the breathing technique is 7 to 8 times a day. Look, the breathing technique, that's, do you understand right? That's the first thing that I showed you, right? Sitting on the chair.
Yeah.
Good. Look, this technique is fantastic because it teaches her, and everybody who's doing that. That's the most basic technique, basal technique, that teaches how structure first, relaxation afterward, and breathing as the third layer connect together. I really want her to do this, and when she's doing this, and try to do it also with her together, and smile. Smile and look directly forward. Don't look down. Never look down. Never compromise the structure by bowing your head. That's what you do. You compromise the structure. Then you cannot relax in the abdominal muscles. Okay? So again, this technique she can do it as many times as possible. Again, I don't want to tell you 3, 4, 5, or 7 or 10 times a day. Now we have a kick off period. The first week, the first 2 weeks, I want you to start. Look, starting is crucial. How many times is not crucial? It will come later. Okay, does it make sense?
Yeah.
Good, good. I will record for tomorrow. You will get the audio recordings of the exercises. So you will be able to put it on your iPhone or whatever and listen from directly on your handheld devices. Small recordings. And I will do that with every kind of exercise. So you will have a little, it's like a meditation you have together with you. So you can always put it on and follow. It's very crucial. Good. Okay, number 4. And the breathing technique that she needs to stop breathing is only when she wakes up and before sleeping.
Yeah, I didn't complete my sentence.
Excuse me?
Yeah, it's like, you know, when you say she has to stop breathing, she has to do it at the morning when she wake up and before sleeping.
Okay, what I told you about this, it's about measurement. That's about measurement. It's another part. So you see, sitting on the chair, you remember, that was training. When I was sitting on the sofa and talking about control pause, it's measurement. That's what I want you to do it every time, before bed and after bed. And try to find a passing situation when she gets up, sitting on the bed, for example. So it will be the same situation. So it will be measurable and comparable. We'll be able to compare these measurements, okay? It has to be the same situation. So if you were going to do it the same situation in the morning for 1 week, then we'll be able to compare this data. Otherwise, if she'll make it in different situations, because control pause changes a lot.
It's nice to be able to.
According to the situation, okay? For example, she has to, in the morning, she has to do it like when she's coming up. Nothing in her mouth. She did not drink. Maybe she wanted to pee, I don't know, but
Yeah. First thing she had to pee.
The first thing is what?
She had to pee. First thing.
If she has to pee.
Yeah, and then we'll do the measuring.
Okay, if she want to pee, then yeah. Then if it's normally for her in the morning want to pee, then you cannot concentrate without doing that first. So, and then let her sit or let her lie down on the left side, for example. Always on the left side, for example, of lying like that. And make the measurement. Or sitting down. Find out what's better for her.
Sit down on or
She can also sit down. She can also sit down on the sofa. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do that. Sit down.
Yeah. Very good. Very good. So every time after she peed in the morning, sit down on the sofa, make the measurement. And the first day, you will not be totally 100% sure what the measurement is. So allow it to learn. Allow yourself to learn. I will help you. But look at this video many times in order to understand how to make the measurement, okay? So that's about the measurement when she stops breathing. Okay, that's the number 4, right? It was about measurement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it answered?
Yep.
Good. Number 5. When she stops breathing, does she take air before stopping, or she need to take out all the air before? That's still about measurement, right? Good, good. When she stops breathing, does she take air before stopping? No. Look, good question. I love your questions. So what is happening is, when you do this measurement, don't try to change anything. Just relax before you start. Just relax and follow your breathing. Inhale, exhale. A little pause, which is normal very often. Inhale, exhale. A little short pause. Inhale, exhale. Don't try to alter it. Don't try to change it. And then just pay attention to the moment just before you inhale. Again, this is the moment when you stop, when you close mouth is closed, when you close the nose and you push the start button on the timer. Okay? So no, she's not taking more air before stopping. That's the whole idea. The measurement has to start after a normal exhale. Okay? Again, the measurement starts after a normal, relaxed exhale, not a special exhale. Just before an inhale. Okay?
Yeah.
Number 5 answered. Okay, number 6, we're going to Disney. Is it okay for my cat to take the plane? Any danger? Look, there is some danger because it's going to be a pressure difference.
Yeah, I'm sure about that.
Yeah. I can normally when people say, traveling with a glioblastoma, it's possible, but we don't know basically what happens. Yeah.
Okay.
When do you go to Disney?
November 11.
November 11?
Yeah.
Okay, it's in 3 weeks. 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, look, guys. If you in 2 weeks will show me that the control pause is going up 10 seconds, then no problem at all.
Okay.
If we in 2 weeks have control pause go up in 10 seconds or 8 seconds, then I don't think it's a problem.
Okay.
Okay. Good. Number 7. But I understand that you have to plan the trip a long time before, right?
No, we didn't plan the trip a long time before. No.
No, you don't have to. Okay. Good. Okay, good. Now, number 7. Can she eat salmon and shrimp sometime? Yes, sure. But look, salmon and shrimp. Salmon has to be wild caught. It's very crucial because otherwise you put toxins in her body. Okay, shrimp. She also can eat shrimp. Shrimp has also to be small shrimps, wild caught, whatever you have. I know, guys, you are in Northern America, you have big shrimps, also wild caught. We don't have them here in Denmark. We have small shrimps from Greenland, basically. It's also close. The other shrimps we get from Vietnam, and they are big, but they are not wild. So there's a lot of toxins in them. We don't want to put any toxins in her little body. So shrimp, is it wild? I mean, it's a shrimp from ice sea somewhere in north. Not a problem. If you're not sure, don't buy it.
Okay.
Good. Is it okay to eat eggs for breakfast and lunch? Yes. How does she loves eggs?
Yes.
Yeah, we love eggs.
Good. It's okay to eat eggs for breakfast and lunch. No problem at all. Because you see why I'm asking. Because sometimes people react on eggs and they pay attention to this. So somehow they don't like eggs. I always liked eggs. I don't have any kind of problems. So, but when you don't, when you feel that you have a little deterioration in how good you have, I mean, in your well-being after eating eggs, don't eat eggs, because what you are feeling is inflammation, is little inflammation that they are triggering. Some people are very sensitive on egg protein. Okay? But if she's not, it's okay. Good. But look, one thing I want to tell you. When you eat eggs, it has to be a runny yolk.
Ronnie?
Always runny yolk.
What's that?
Like, it means it has to be normal. I mean, don't make omelette for her. Do sunny side up, or how do you call it?
The strong egg?
Yeah, the egg where it's not coagulated. The protein must not be coagulated. The white protein can be coagulated, not a problem.
Okay.
Okay, but the yolk must not be coagulated, because the best thing in yolks for her is folic acid.
So
And folic acid, excuse me, it feeds the neurotransmitters in the brain. It's very crucial. It has to be as it is. It must not coagulate. When you do an omelette, everything coagulates.
So turn over easy.
Excuse me?
Turn over easy.
What does it mean?
Like
Where you make sunny side up and then you are turning it over?
yeah, and keep the yellow not cooked.
Yeah, well, if you turn it over, it has to be very short time,
Okay.
because then the yolk get warm, and it start coagulating very, very fast. So if you want to turn it, then do it for like 5 seconds, 3 seconds.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Otherwise, do it, how do you call it, blue cooked? Just a second. I'll translate it from Danish. Soft boiled. If you boil the egg and you eat it from the egg, like, do it soft boiled, very soft boiled, so the yolk is runny.
Yeah. Okay.
Very good. Very good question, Sandra. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah. Look, and this I will send you a replay. Also, let Kim listen to this. Both the replay from yesterday and the replay from today, and the video. So we have to keep on. Can you hear me, Sandra?
Yeah.
Okay. And Andre?
Yeah.
Very good. So please, guys, help each other to check whether or not you look at all of those things. It's very crucial that we possess absolutely the same information, all of us.
Yeah. And the measurement,
Reading.
The table, the log,
yeah, like I don't understand anything.
the sheet. Okay, you want me to show the sheet? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me show you the sheet. Can you open the sheet at your computer?
You want me to open?
Yeah.
I have it now. I can see it.
Okay. Now let me explain.
Yeah.
Just a second. Just a second.
Tu le fais, André, tu peux ouvrir pour
Andre, can you
Yeah.
open the sheet also?
Not really.
You don't have computer?
No. Show me Sandra next time. I
Okay.
don't understand that sheet too.
Okay.
I download the application, but I don't know how to use it.
Okay. Now you see this. Do you see the picture?
Yeah, I see the picture. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. So you see, you have two columns here that are colored like orange, kind of. It's between orange and yellow.
Yeah.
Can you see those two columns, Andre? Also you?
Yeah.
Okay. Look, it's in these columns here, but you see the line for 21st of October. Okay, we have a measurement that's saying 61 here. It's very high measurement. I didn't know why I showed it. It's just an example. These lines are sample values. Okay,
Yeah.
so this is measurements of night. They are on the same line. This measurement from the day before. So the day of 21st of October starts with the night time of 20th. So this measurement is from 20th of October when the night starts. If you go to sleep at 11 o'clock in the evening, the 20th, you write the measurement here. And then you sleep for 6 hours, you wake up at 5, and then it's 21st of October. It's the same line. So you measure your morning CP here. Does it make sense?
Yeah, but what you measure, like how
You
many-
measure seconds here. It's seconds.
Ah, okay, okay.
Okay, what you're writing here, it's the seconds. And that's the seconds of control pause. We call it control pause, evening control pause, morning control pause. Control pause goes from the moment when you clench the nose and push on the start button until the moment where you feel the diaphragm move first time or the swallowing. You can see it, the swallowing movement. Okay, absolutely the first time what you see, any movement. Okay, why it's so crucial, Andre and Sandra? It's very crucial because it measures how your brain responds on carbon dioxide, on rising carbon dioxide. When your brain responds by sending a signal to your breathing muscles, breathe, it means that we have measured the current threshold for carbon dioxide in the brain. Andre, does it make sense?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, and this threshold will change with training. And the more it changes, the easier it is for oxygen to come to the cell. When it happens, fewer and fewer normal cells will turn cancerous. Because, and as I explained to you, this Bohr effect. This is this paradox that I explained to you. Sometimes we need to, you can ask me 100 times and I will explain to you. It's perfectly all right. If the paradox is the higher level of carbon dioxide in the blood, the easier is for oxygen molecule to be slipped from red blood cells and come to the cells that need oxygen. Basically, the more carbon dioxide in the blood, the more oxygen in the brain. You have to remember that. Because what we normally hear, that the carbon dioxide is a kind of a garbage. We need to expel it. We need to exhale it. We need to have as little as possible. It's misunderstanding. It's a very big misunderstanding. Carbon dioxide is basically one of the major hormones. You guys in Canada and also in US, I know actually about US more, in medical schools when people are asked whether or not in a multiple choice on the exam, they are asked carbon dioxide, hormone or not, yes, no. If they answer no, they have to try the exam again after some weeks and learn more. That's something new. It's well, it was known, the effect, for 110 years. It's called Bohr effect, and well, that's the Danish scientist Christian Bohr, father to Niels Bohr, very known physicist. And it happened in 1904. So it's very old knowledge. Okay? So the more carbon dioxide is, so the more your brain, the kind of, okay, the less your brain reacts on carbon dioxide coming up, the better. So when your brain starts not reacting on high carbon dioxide, fantastic, because it allows carbon dioxide to accumulate further and further, thus releasing oxygen to the cells from red blood cells. Because red blood cell and a cell of oxygen, they have some tension between them. The red blood cell don't want to release oxygen to the cell. But when carbon dioxide goes up, the red blood cells, they release the tension and oxygen comes to the cell. That's what's happening. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Good. And look, when we have a control pause, when we pass 40, that's a half of a victory. When we go over to 60 CP, we know that we won.
It's the same for kids?
The same for kids. The same for kids.
Cool.
And that's what happened. You know, yesterday I made an interview, 1 hour interview with my last case with glioblastoma. I look forward to send it to you. I will cut it now and send it. So he's basically also, I asked him, how does it feel to have reached 60 in 6 months? Let's say, he said, I never believed in my life. After I learned the technique and I was at 10, my CP was 10, that I ever come to 60. But it happened. 6 months of hard work every day. Having Misha at the side, sometimes biting, sometimes doing good things, like a hound, like a fox terrier. You know, fox terrier. That's the dog that can be very angry. Use it in fox hunt. It can go into this fox hole. So, okay, that's my function.
Okay.
Okay. So that's basically about the breathing, the measurement. Do you understand the measurement now?
Yeah.
At least a little. You can start, have questions. Crucial here is to start. When you start and you do it, you will learn. In 1, 2, 3, 4 days, you learn the technique, and we have some data that are comparable. They are usable, and we can start. Then the graphs are building automatically, and the graphs like that. You see, we have some sheets here. You see? Yeah. There's also a sheet called keto gluco. You see? That's where you start basically also measuring urine ketones. You can actually start putting it here. Urine ketones. When we start measuring blood, we look at the blood ketones and blood glucose here. Okay? Then we have something called blood test. Blood test, it's the full test. We're gonna write some things here, and I'm gonna tell you what to measure later. But that's basically what it is. Another thing I want to show you, we have something called charts. Here we'll have some charts. And here are the examples of the charts. That's how it looks when we are really training every day. That's the breathing log. And then the keto gluco log when we have a lot of data. It's coming. When we have a progress, when we can see. All of those will be made automatically. That's basically what why the scientists want to work with me. Because I have data. I have data. That's how the CP goes. You see it goes from very, very low into very, very high. the pulse changes, the morning and evening pulse changes. We're going to measure all of those things. Right now, we start with measuring control pulse. And look, all of those things, they could like be a little bit overwhelming when I'm showing this. Please, we take one thing at a time. Remember this. Remember this. Right now, our task is just to start a process. Don't think too much forward. Don't be afraid. Don't kind of be, because there's a lot of thoughts. Sure, it's not an easy disease. Yeah, it's a very aggressive disease, and we go with a lot of thoughts how it's going to be. Try to be here in the now. Try to do what has to be done for the training. And you have, guys, you have chance. You have a very big chance of recovery. Remember, the other people with DIPG don't have this chance. You took responsibility in your own hands, and you got a chance now. And the chance, if you ask me, the chance is big. The chance is big. Because I know that it works with glioblastoma. Otherwise, I wouldn't say this. I know that it works with leukemia. I know that it works with ovarian cancer. I don't see anything that could give me, a hint that it wouldn't work with DIPG. I cannot see anything. But we have to work. The only problem you see is that our window of opportunity is very short, is very little related to the others, because we don't have a possibility to remove the tumor. Okay, so we have to use our time very effectively, and that's why I made this boot camp, to be able practically to use our time very effectively. And I hope you understand already now that it's very effective. It's very intensive. It's going to be like that for 6 months until she's recovered. And then we have a stage number 2, which is, because it's very aggressive cells, we have to remember, never fall back to other things, what she's done before. She will have to keep on eating like she's eating after the tumor is gone. That's what we hope for, and we pray for, and we work for. Okay? More questions?
Not for now.
I have a question.
Yeah.
It's Kim who asking that. She wants
What?
to know if it's Kim who asking that question.
Yeah?
She wants to know if she can use olive oil to make mayonnaise. Homemade mayonnaise with
Yes, I know. Yeah. Look, I'd better say no, because you see, I just want to eliminate all the possibilities now for any kind of inflammation. And I know that olive oil can cause, but if she uses a little bit just to taste this mayonnaise, not a problem. I don't think it's a problem.
Can she use another base of?
Yeah, I don't know. Look, it's not a problem with making butter sauce with a lot of butter, with some broth or with some fond.
Okay.
But putting any kind of plant oils, normally I would say for people that are healthy, not a problem with olive oil, especially with good olive oil, not a problem at all. But when you have inflammation in your body, and I know that people say that olive oil is anti-inflammatory, I have some other information. For some people, it's not. And that's why I really want to be sure that we remove all the sources for for reactions, for inflammatory reactions or any kind of reactions on the cell. But having said this, if she wants to eat together with you guys and you make this sauce or mayonnaise, if she eats a little bit of it, not a problem. I don't think it's a problem, no.
Okay.
Try to find a golden middle, kind of.
Yeah. You were supposed to send us some recipe. Or is it later?
Yes, and recipes. Yes, I will send you some recipes. I made some recipes. I have some ketogenic recipes, but basically what I want you to is to do a very simple kind of a nutritional regimen where you just combine these things together and try to improvise in the kitchen. Because you see, it's not really gastronomic. It's not real gastronomy here.
Yeah.
It's more ingredients that we take in of good quality that we just enjoy as it is. Okay, having said that, I have I made a video how I do bone broth. I made a video how I fry things very, very fast. And yes, I have some recipes, but they are not for, they have vegetables. It's some old things that I made for 2-3 years ago when I didn't know how vegetables react on cancer sometimes. Okay?
Okay.
So try to have very good ingredients like fish, very good quality fish, shrimps, mussels, fantastic, shrimps, mussels, bone broth, very good meats, different meats, eggs, lard, it's very, very crucial with fats, very, very crucial. Please, Italian lardo, that's the thing. Okay, fatty cuts of meat. All of those things, try to combine them together in a good way. It's like food is your medicine. That's what we are basically doing.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So it's the way, I know this way of thinking. I love cooking. I actually, it was one of my very, very big things in my life. And now, you know, I bought, my girlfriend, she gave me a sous vide. You know a sous vide, what it is?
No.
Sous vide. It's the cooker that cooks on very, very low temperature, like 56 degrees. I put a whole piece of meat, like 2 kilos. I made it on vacuum. I vacuum pack it, and I put it in a special device that have this temperature of 56 degrees for 11 hours. And when I take it out, I get a meat that I never tasted in my life. It's like butter. It's crazy. It's crazy. So that's how I make my meat now. I always make sous vide. And that's why I just slice it. I have very good knife, butcher knife, very, very sharp. And then I slice very, very thin slices. It tastes like butter. Look, this is, so I don't do like gastronomic activities in my kitchen anymore. I used to have a lot of Italian cookbooks, Thai cookbooks, Japanese. I used to make sushi parties and all of those things, you know. So it's a little bit different now. And that's how my girlfriend eats too, and her child. She has a daughter of 11 years old daughter. She's also eating like that. She's a carnivore. She's very happy with herself. Before she had problem with a little bit too much weight and a little bit chubby. Now she's, wow, she's a happy teenager. She has lots of energy, no chubbiness at all. She's 11 years old, so she tried it on herself. So she's so happy with how we eating. My own children, I have 21 and 26 years old boys. They are also doing ketogenic, but they eat also vegetables. Sometimes they do carnivore, and it's fantastic. They are healthy. It's not a problem at all. They have this metabolic flexibility. They can consume carbohydrate. They are in good shape. So it's not a problem at all. But when we're working with the disease, it's something else. When we are recovered, we can reestablish this metabolic flexibility, starting eating some carbohydrates very slowly. And then we can eat some green vegetables again. I love vegetables myself. But right now, we don't have time to make any kind of trial and error things. Does it make sense?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Good, guys. So I will send you some audio files tomorrow and day after tomorrow also to train the rest of the week. And then we have question and answers from Monday to Friday. That's something we have every day. Sometimes if some of you cannot attend, it's understandable. You just remember, ask questions. So we post these questions and then you get the replays. And I'm gonna now have those replays on YouTube that are closed. So and I'm gonna how do you call it? I'm gonna put the links in our Facebook group, in a closed Facebook group, so you have all the recordings, and I will tag it with the questions. So please be active in Facebook if you have any questions. Be there. Okay. So I hope next week we will have one more child. He's 7 years old with something called medulloblastima. Medulloblastima. Very, very bad. Also bad condition. 7 years old from England. So we're gonna learn together.
He's from where?
He's from England. He's from
England.
Great Britain, from England.
Okay.
Okay, guys, sending you all my love to Canada, to Quebec. Have a nice day and say hi to Kim and to Maika.
Sure.
Okay, see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.